This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net, Danger Entertainment Network podcasts.
So, Torag, right?
Yes.
What?
Torag. Is it Torag?
Oh, yeah.
Or is it Torag?
Sorry, yeah,
Torag.
Yeah, he's got an upside down hammer on that, and, you know, the symbol of justice and law and stuff like that.
Hey.
Is it? Is it a symbol of justice and law or of making things?
Do they? Yes.
Well, that's a good point, Shania, because he said he was at the forge. Does Torag see all life as a forge? He's constantly making it.
Hey.
So then where did he get the forge equipment from? How did he make that?
He made it.
But then surely, if he made it, what out of if nothing existed before the forge?
There's that song they teach you about Torag when I was in school.
How does that go?
It goes, Torag, Torag, he's so great, he can be your mate. If you bend your knee real low, you will see a right good glow from the Torag's smithing hammer. Don't you ever be a downer. For we love Torag, Torag, he is our man. Torag, Torag, he's a man. He's not a man.
I mean, I think this raises serious questions about the dwarven public school system.
And then there's the other one they taught you about, smithing as well. Yeah, because in school you had to learn how to smith, and it was like this: bang, bang, bang. We all bang, 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 bang. We want to bang. You will bang this, you will bang that. But if you but if you bang that, you'll get a smack. Bang, bang, bang.
This just sounds like an advert for the banging hammers.
Bang, bang, bang. One, two, bang, that. Bang, bang, bang. You can't bang that.
That's for their happy hardcore night.
Oh,
yeah. Oh dear.
Gravy.
School songs.
Fun school song.
It's so ridiculous.
Previously on the Danger Club podcast.
The very first second edition Danger Club podcast.
I would like to shoot Drake. I'm going to call him on my short bow.
So I'm trying to think of other ways to, rather than drain.
That is rules as written. What is wrong with your fox?
This is not becoming a thing. I'm not being some sort of skexist. I bet you keg hardly believe it. Baptism nailed it.
You were like, look over here. Fired 2 arrows nowhere near it, and then gave it the eye.
Is it always like this for you lot?
Hey.
The adventure continues now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Danger Club podcast.
So we killed a Drake.
Specifically,
We did,
Drake?
yeah.
We killed Drake. We killed Drake.
We killed Drake.
it was much easier than we thought it was going to be.
Oh, that's what a lot of rappers say.
I'm not sure if it was easy.
I did take half my hit points off.
Yes,
so, yeah.
and
I've lost half my hit points. Exactly, in fact. Ooh, isn't that fun? Exactly half.
So all these hit points that Pathfinder 2nd Edition give you, do you know what I mean?
They just take them away.
Doesn't mean,
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
What I'm finding out as well is without feats, that whole you can attack 3 times in a round. I mean, only do it once really, because as soon as you attack twice, the penalties make it basically unworkable, because it's so unlikely you're going to hit a second, definitely not a third time.
The third one is a natural 20.
Karagor catapulted a tree's worth of wood at that Drake, and a few of them hit good, but not as many as I launched. Quite frankly.
No, those second attacks are always going to be difficult. If you've got agile weapons, it becomes easier.
It's all melee, isn't it? And you get agile ranged weapons, do you?
I don't know if you do or not. I don't think you do.
You do with my hatchet is an agile, and you can throw it.
So throwing weapons, you can do that with. But also, I think it's one of the things, as we play it more, we will get more used to the various things that you can do. Also, you're going to unlock more abilities. You're going to get more special abilities that you can start using, that you will use those actions up. And we'll get better at using things like combat maneuvers and skill checks and athletics checks, things like that.
I was
Sorry, I was just going to say, being prepared as you come into something. Obviously, I shouted out a warning, and yet still did not have my crossbow out, which meant that took up a whole move action. Which was debilitating to say the least.
It was.
What you want to do, Drum, is have your a ranger ability, which you get to not only announce the prey but tell everybody else what the prey is and what its weaknesses are. Oh no, wait, I forgot. You do actually have that character. That was your character who did it first in the Plaguestone game, Keevan. I'm missing that, aren't you?
We all miss Keevan.
Yeah, I am missing that.
I think something else that we learned from the one shot is combat maneuvers. I mean, you mentioned it there, and it was after, especially for the melee characters. Just a note: there are lots and lots of things you can do, and I think they're much more important now in this system, like tripping and disarming and all that kind of stuff, which we've never really bothered with. But it's really, really useful. Like.
You're free to move around a lot more in this as well, because that attack of opportunity isn't such a big thing now. So you can use. It's much more likely that you're going to use your abilities to move from enemy to enemy. Hit one enemy, move somewhere else, hit another enemy, move to a friend, defend them. You can raise shields. There's all sorts of extra little bits that you can do.
Shields.
If you're well prepared, but being prepared does help, of course.
Can you hide in a barrel?
Yes, you can.
That's all I care about.
There you go. Dwarves in barrels.
Yeah, can you hide like 20 dwarves in 20 barrels and then slide down into a river?
No, weirdly, you need 21 barrels to hide 20 dwarves because they always insist on one being empty as a wild card.
Yeah, sure.
They're pretty crazy as that one. We'll get you in a barrel. We'll get you rolling down a river. Don't worry, we got a couple of months on this boat.
Rolling down the river. Well, you literally said.
I did. I brought that one on myself.
You did.
And
For shame. A lot of pain down in New Orleans.
So how are we all feeling about our new abilities?
I was going to get my Tina on then, but I might step back. Sorry.
How are we feeling about our new abilities after one combat?
Didn't really get a chance to use them.
No.
The flaming sphere is more powerful.
Flaming sphere is pretty good.
I think it's actually more powerful. That's pretty good.
I think it's
pretty good.
Just flashback from that as well. Captain Gumbo came out and said, "Thank you very much for saving my boat," as he saw a massive hole with acid on the floor and also a flaming sphere rolling around, setting fire to everything. So
I didn't use flaming sphere because of the fire risk. And also, something has to be on the floor.
Yeah, that Drum, that was a little rinse on you there.
No, not at all. Because actually, I noted it. It worked really, really well. And I wish I really didn't get around to me, because I mainly prepared acid arrow, which is really cool. It's like flaming sphere. Only the first thing that you said was like, oh yeah, it's resistant to acid.
Oh.
Cool. That was my one shot.
But it's a good thing we found that ties in nicely to what I like about my abilities, because I found that out through my Monster Hunter thing.
That was great.
Which is actually quite useful.
Yeah.
I think I said in situ, I wasn't sure if I was taking it or not. I was looking at there was a whole thing where I didn't know if I was going to start with Rogue first or Ranger first. I've ended up going Ranger first and then dipping into Rogue. And then comparing the first level Rogue feats to the first level Ranger feats, I was like, wow, Rogues are cool. At first level, they've got so many things they can do. And compared to Rangers, it didn't look as awesome. But, Monster Hunter turned out to be okay. So
Monster Hunter is a great ability. I really like one.
You can get us a +1 to our rolls using that, can't you? If you
critically succeed on it.
Yeah.
Wow. There's a lot of that in 2E, in second edition. There's a lot of that. If you critically succeed, there is a whole other bonus you can get.
Yeah.
I quite like that because it's fun to know what the monster you're fighting is. It's quite good when you've got some, especially for radio like this, it's good if you can have one character who can just say, this is what this thing is that is in the room at the moment. It makes it a little bit easier, and very good to be attached to a character with high initiative like Karagor, so you can open the fight knowing what it is you're fighting. Would have been really useful against that junk golem to know in advance everything it could do, and maybe if that had happened,
Well, no.
It's not.
Actually,
No, it's all right. Go on,
I'm going to stop you there, Dan, because the fucker was immune to adamantium was its weakness.
James did find out some
Adamantium.
stuff, and you told us his name and the fact that he was immune to our weapons.
And it was just like, cool, that was useful to know.
But you could have found out some of its particular strengths, like it had a particular strength against Folton's cowardice. It allowed it to transfer damage from Folton to MZ. This has been months. It's been months since that happened. Literally.
Shame.
Oh, it's been months. People have forgotten that character was even in the show. I'm still enjoying it.
We're going to have to do this to all of Dan's characters that he creates and then we kill.
Yeah.
We're going to have to be like, remember that
Imagine when
Drake.
Gumbo
See what Dan's trying to do is he's trying to like slip a bit of doubt into Fulton there to make him
it's a long game. It's always been
into
a
the
long
players
game.
like, oh shit, was it my fault that M died? Like
That is literally Fulton's character arc right now. Exploring that.
This is
Captain Gumbo nervously locks himself in his room away from all of you. Will not have my goblin captain. So we are on our way first to Skelt, and then along the long river, past Last Wall, along to get to Lake Encarthen, where you will finally reach Tamron, the city that you are heading to, where you know that Freya Axeborn was heading with a fragment. A fragment of what? You do not know. And you know that somehow the cult of the living god is involved. There's quite a lot going on there, but first you have to get there. You have made it through Bloodsworn Vale. It takes you the rest of the day after you get up, after you've defeated the Drake. You dine on highly acidic Drake meat for your breakfast.
Breakfast of champions,
bit of
mate.
reflux.
do we get any hit points back and stuff?
You
Dan?
do. If you're able, nothing happens, so you're all able to rest throughout the day as the boat makes its way along. So you all effectively get 8 hours of rest during as you travel, which gives you your con modifier times your level in hit points, except for Shania, for whom I believe it gives double that.
Yeah, it does.
Con times level.
Con modifier times level.
Yeah. Sorry.
So
if we had
or
that,
level times con modifier, like you don't.
if we had that thing for breakfast, does that mean we had Drake and sandwiches?
Sandwiches.
Come on,
Very nice.
Drake and eggs.
That's good.
Nice, very very nice. It's probably quite nice that it's probably like a sort of like auto ceviche. Like it's already got the sort of acid in there, so you get it. It's sort of just partly cooked.
Yeah, it'd be sort of like eating bacon and licking a battery at the same time. That's sort of like zingy.
So you all get some hit points back. You all get your spells back. And you are not troubled. You do see other drakes as you're. It seems drakes are endemic in. They're indigenous to Bloodsworn Vale, so you see them quite a bit. However, it seems like most of them have noticed what happened to the one drake that tried to prey on your boat, and have decided to give you a wide berth for the rest of your journey.
I am now just imagining loads of drakes.
Is Folton like wearing its head? And walking about, that sounds like a sort of Folton thing to do, just to ward off the other drakes.
Just the acid from it.
No,
that was old Fulton.
Yes.
Don't wear it anymore.
No, that's true.
Someone hasn't been listening.
No longer.
A lot's happened since then.
Has it though?
Well, it has in life.
Yeah, that's true. It's been a while.
Boomtown.
Yeah.
So, you make your way out of Bloodsworn Vale. Eventually, the fields of roses are left behind, and you make your way through the cliffs, through sort of rocky territory. It's quite barren where you're travelling here, along some rapids after a while, which you will have to cling on very tightly as the boat kind of squirms its way through them. Gumbo loves that. He goes, I love the rapids. If you wanted to know what a goblin sounds like when they like rapids, it's something like that.
Do you know what I had?
Velder drains gin a bit more.
No, this is not a thing. I love gin dearly.
When you drain gin, does he open his mouth and sort of do like a silent cry, or do you have to extract it from like
tickle
his
him under
pores?
his chin, and he looks really happy and pleased and that's it.
And does the blood come out of his mouth then?
No blood. It is purely harmless magical energy that I put there gently by stroking him for an hour in the morning. Gently,
You have a stroke for an hour in the morning.
With gin, yes.
With gin.
I mean, yeah, breakfast of champions, mate.
There is a war going on around this table for what the first fan art of this.
Simon, don't disappoint us, Simon. Simon, you can see the image, Simon. Come on.
I do not.
It's another jam, Simon.
No, it's not another jam. And I'm sure that no one around the table wants to condone animal cruelty because that's not what I'm putting forward.
Kill
Gin
me,
is well looked after. Yeah, as Jam was a whole different other kettle. And for those of you who are not listening to the Fall of Plague Stone, you listen to that and you'll understand about the abomination that was Jam.
So Gin's fur's falling out in patches.
Yeah, he's turned inside out. He's basically like, if you've ever seen The Thing, he's like the dogs at the beginning. Yeah, that's like
Finally, after you spend an evening asleep after the rapids, you camp by the side of the river. Get back on the go the next day, and sometime mid-afternoon you round a rocky outcropping and you see the city of Skelt laid out before you. Skelt is unlike anything you've ever seen before. So the entire city is built upon an enormous bluff, a big towering pile of rock with the city right at the top of it. It towers high above you. Water-powered elevators rise up and down the side of it. You can see all kinds of dwarven engineering at work there. And there are a few ramps around it that wind their way up the side of the bluff that provide access to it. However, you can see multiple drawbridges on all of them. So were the city to be attacked, it could simply open it, turn off the lifts, open the drawbridges, and there would be no way up onto the top of the bluff. There is a small industrial-looking dock at the bottom where the river winds past the base of the bluff, and there are lots of ships pulled up there and barges. Various tough-looking stevedores unpacking the ships. Captain Gumbo guides the boat up to one of the jetties and pulls it. He goes up to the thing and tries to toss a rope over to the side, but he's too small to successfully throw the rope. Hey Folton, hey Folton, help me throw the rope.
Okay.
Make an athletics check. I just like making him roll dice.
15.
You successfully fling the rope over to the side and catch the dock and pull the boat in and tie it securely. The boat is now pulled up. Captain Gumbo looks up at the city.
Skelt is a very big city. And this is not our destination. We need to pick up some supplies from here, and then I want to be going again by the end of the day. That all right with you guys?
Perfectly fine.
Yeah,
thank you.
fine, mate.
Thank you, Captain.
Gumbo.
Okay.
Captain, you're captain,
Yeah.
and we're all crew.
Captain. Yeah.
So, do we have like temporary honorifics, like titles?
I guess I think this is a good idea.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, mate.
Would you all want to be, or do you decide them, Captain, or shall we?
You can be Karagor, can be the cabin boy,
Okay.
and Velder can be the cabin boy, and Bubba can be.
Can I be the first mate?
I don't know what that is. The book I have on sailing titles has only one page.
It's all right.
It's about the cabin boy.
The first mate is not a guy.
Not a guy.
not a guy.
You can't be. If you're not a guy, you can't be. You can't be my mate.
I mean, yeah. Oh, I'll be a cabin boy then.
If I'm honest, you can have any titles you like because I have very little idea which any of them mean.
Oh, I'll have a Commodore.
I'll be captain.
Well,
He's the captain, though.
what is bigger than captain?
Admiral.
Admiral
Is this a
Gumbo.
joke? Oh,
Good.
Yeah, all right. That was. Yeah, I went better than
Yeah, it's
expected.
good diversion. Yeah,
I'll. Thank you for this discussion. I will need to go and buy supplies for rest of journey. Is 2 weeks to Lake Engate, so we'll need to load up with food and food supplies. So I will need to go buy that. I will need someone to come with me to help carry boxes back to the ship.
I'll do it.
Well, I think Folton.
I'll do it. Don't worry. You and me, Gumbo.
Someone from one of you guys is gonna wanna exchange your money for Nemethasi money. Can't use Russian currency here.
Okay.
All right.
Can we do that on the way? What? One of us?
There is place at top. There is place just at top of the bluff that should be able to do that up one of the elevators. Perhaps some of you can do that. Don't know if you want to take time here to ask around or find anything out about the city or anything, but you got a day. So if you want to do anything, that's up to you. Fine.
All right, Gumbo, let's go.
Okay. We are friends, Captain Folton and Captain Gumbo.
Hey,
Captain.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Gumbo adjusts his captain's hat and takes Folton's hand and wanders down and sort of bobs down the gangplank.
Based upon knowledge of geography and roughly where we're going, so the new currency, is that not just going to be here, it's going to be everywhere we're going?
Probably yes.
Right.
Right.
Well, that probably is not a bad shout.
I see what you've done there.
Is Folton still in? Is he still in like earshot?
Yeah, Fulton's. Gumbo's got very small legs, and Folton is very heavily armoured, so the two of them don't move very fast.
Folton, are you going to change your money up, or do you want me to do it?
Yes, you can do it for me, please.
All right.
I'll go over to Bubba and give him my money.
I've only just met you, and you trust me. I love that.
Hey,
yes.
it's me. I'm a trustworthy fella. That's what my father taught me.
A man goes, do you want to give me all of your money?
Nah.
Well, you can't blame a man for trying. He scuttles away.
Well done.
He's got crab feet.
Yes, for those of you listening, you wouldn't have been able to see Dan was just doing a crab walk thing. Well, should we all go and do the money then?
Yeah, let's go.
And then we can explore the city with the rest of our time.
How much money have you given Bubba?
Sorry, Folton only had like 20p or something.
So he had nothing left, did he?
So Folton heads off with Captain Gumbo, Captain, and the rest of you head for the lifts to make your way up to the top of the bluff. We spend a lot of time in elevators this party.
We do, don't we?
I didn't even know they existed.
I never imagined elevators would play as much of a part in a fantasy world as they seem to in Galarian.
Yeah.
So you get onto one of the elevators. These ones are very different. They're not the ones in Camarga were sort of mechanical, so they were a big chain attached to the top of it and lots of steam and rattling things. These ones are water controlled, so they're kind of big pipes of water going and fills a counterweight, and then that pulls up. So it's a much smoother ride as the elevator glides up the side of the top, and you reach the open city at the top of it. There's no walls up there because it doesn't need them. It's on top of a bluff, and it is seemingly quite alarming. Some of the houses seem to go right up against the side of the cliff face, almost seem to be about to fall off the edge of it. And you make your way in. It is a fairly busy street. It is mostly human, but there are quite a lot of dwarves here as well, and some other races.
Based on your earlier accent, I know we only got it from a random NPC, but gone up a bluff, lots of elevators, mostly. Are we like in Dover or like? is it just on a cliff? I'm imagining like a lighthouse, which is in one massive lighthouse.
Is there an all-pervading sense of desperation and despair?
Is everyone wearing like
Dover.
Kappa tracksuits and like asking you if you want to buy cigarettes?
Big up Dover.
Come at us, Dover.
Don't. We might go.
Don't. Actually, don't. Yeah, they will.
Actually, only people from Kent will get that reference.
We're safe from Dover. They got to get through Operation Stack before they get to us.
Wow, we're getting
goodbay,
really
American listeners. There we are.
See you later.
A2 joke for you. There.
Nice to know you.
So you make your way through. You ask for some directions, and you are directed to a place where you can exchange your money. Where there is a small shop with a glass window, and there is a bored-looking man and woman standing, leaning against the window. Both of them are smoking pipes as you approach.
Just very quickly before we get into this, as a drow character, I might get some funny looks.
You are getting some funny looks.
Okay.
There's no one's like drawing swords and chasing you with pitchforks, but there's a few kind of sideways glances.
All right. Okay. I was just wondering if it was I should be changing myself at all, if that's a worthwhile thing to do, because obviously one of my sort of new abilities is that I can literally change my shape into other things, including I could make myself look human, not necessarily a specific human yet. But I could turn myself into a human or a dwarf or something else.
You can. It only lasts for a minute, though, and then you have to take 10 minutes to refocus. You can turn yourself into a harmless animal for 10 minutes at a time, so do remember that.
Oh, I won't forget that.
Dan just wants to turn into a kitten. That's what he wants. And then immediately spring an ambush on us.
Stick attack.
Presumably I can change straight back out if I need to, right? I mean, so no, you have to stay as a kitten for 10 minutes.
Depends how well you roll on your initiative. Depends if you can beat my kitten-eating giraffe that I've been building for about a week now.
Bubba walks up to the window.
You alright, son?
Hello, how are you? You alright?
Yeah, alright. What are you doing? Welcome to the Bureau de Change.
The old Bureau de Change, is it?
It's the old Bureau de Change, innit? My name's Macleod de Change. This is my wife, Sandra.
Melchior, Sandra, it's lovely to meet you two, mate, I tell ya. Yeah.
What you doing? Are you a bird or something?
What?
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh, God.
Listen, I'm not a bird. Alright, look, just don't. I'm not a bird, alright? I'm not going to get into it right now. I just come here to change some gold. It was nice to meet you. Let's not get on a bad foot. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, I ain't got nothing against your feet.
Well, you wouldn't. You haven't even seen them. They're in my boots.
What you?
I tell you what, they are. It's a bit uncomfortable because I've got like big bird-like feet, and I squeeze them into boots. I don't know why I do it, to be honest. It's just for the look.
So you got bird-like feet.
Yeah, but I'm not a bird. They're bird-like, obviously. Yeah.
We just want to change some money, please. Can we just change some money?
What are you guys doing later? Because we could go out or something. But right now, we just need to change money up.
Are you cracking on to the Bureau de Change?
No, they just seem nice.
I just want to change up my money.
Is there glass in?
Yeah, there's exactly
is there glass? Sorry, hard to switch between an estuary accent and an estuary accent.
Two different sides of the estuary there.
Yeah, right. There's glass in between us.
There's glass, yeah. So you want to change some money, do you?
Yes, please.
Why would we be here?
Sorry, Karagor, I was just
sorry, man.
Hey, this is my Bureau de Change, all right? I will not have an aggressive attitude like that. If you want that, you can take it somewhere else. Go down the post office, get some travel money there, why don't you?
Oh, I'd bloody love to go to the post office again, mate.
The post office closes its door. All right, let's see how much you're looking to exchange.
Now, I've got 2 transactions here, right? Can I do them separately? Because some of it's my money,
right,
and some of it's someone else's. I don't want to get it mixed up.
Play a fantasy podcast.
Bloody
Escape all the mundane realities that you exist in.
Leave them behind.
Be whoever you want to be. Do magical adventures.
Can I get
I've got like 254 pieces of gold.
Bloody hell, you got Carmarthen coin in there? Can't use that nowhere, can you? That must be why you're here.
These days, yeah.
It's got holes in it.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
I put one in a vending machine the other day. Didn't get any Elven M's.
What?
You never seen a vending machine?
No, I've never seen a vending machine.
Oh, they're brilliant.
You must have had Elven M's though.
What? You don't know what a vending machine is, Velder?
He knows what Elven M's are.
I don't know what a vending machine is.
Is that what you meant, a Velder machine?
No.
You got to try Elven M's.
The Elven M's.
They're great.
That is a lovely snack.
The peanut ones are the best.
Yes. I don't know what the vending machine is though. I presume it's some sort of goblin.
You put money in and then like something falls out and it's brilliant.
No, I refuse to believe that this exists.
What?
I roll a will save to disbelieve that and make sure we never discuss it ever again.
I think I know of one. If you want to find it in the city, I can give you directions if you want to go hunt it down.
Karagor makes it his quest to destroy all vending machines.
So it would be avenging machines.
Oh! The bit was worth it. Oh,
It was
well
worth
done,
it.
everyone. Good.
All right, so 254 bucks.
You'd think with it just being copper and gold and platinum that you would just be able to use it anywhere because it's the same precious materials. But of course, obviously, you've got to exchange it when you go to a new country and then probably never do it again. That's what I would say. So here, I'll take all of this first edition, Caremark money. Let me give you all of this exchange for that. So he exchanges some currency for you.
Yeah.
It's like, Sandra, bring us some of the local Nimitharsi currency. I'm going to go and smoke. He is currently already smoking. He takes out a larger pipe and then goes around and to the back of the Bureau de Change to smoke. Sandra counts out the coin for you. So basically, you get all of your coin back, but the total is divided by 10. So it is the same value, but you are effectively crossing off whatever the last digit is, and that's what you have it. Because money in Pathfinder is worth a tenth of what it is. No! Basically, everything jumps across. So
it's just gone from 1,000 to 100 gold pieces.
That's right. But everything is much cheaper. Like you can buy a full suit of plate mail for 30 gold.
True, yeah.
But what about if you've got 2 platinum pieces?
2 platinum pieces, they become 2 gold pieces.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because a platinum piece is worth 10 gold pieces, so a platinum piece is now 2 gold. 2 platinum pieces is 2 gold pieces.
All right, lads.
So effectively, all of your
This is the worst exchange bureau ever.
It's all right, Velder. There's only 2 of them. All right, they've got that glass wall in between them now. I reckon if I can crack that,
let's get him. I'm going to suspend all morals. This is outrageous. My middle-class wizard instincts are kicking in, and I'm a towering, raging inferno.
All right. Nah, says Sandra. It's because Caremark money's just not worth nothing anymore. It's because of it's Brexit, innit?
Brexit.
Did they try and leave the Galarian?
They tried to leave the Galarian Union, and it's just it's a shame.
And then you just knock a 0 off.
That's probably a mistake, wasn't it, to do that?
Yeah, it is. But
who talked him into that? Was it that Uncle Gooden?
Oh, of course it was. No, it wasn't. I don't know. We're getting too deep into a metaphor.
Yeah.
We really are, aren't we? I was trying to make some sort of link between him and Boris Johnson.
Well,
It wasn't going to work, ladies and
it'd
gentlemen.
be so good if you just left it unnamed.
I
And then you just went and named it.
I'd have gone into it, but
Yeah.
you currently have his head in a bag, and I'm not sure what the legality of discussing that in reference to a sitting Prime Minister is. So
It was all
Tweeters
too
Downing Street.
It was all too much, wasn't it? So if you've got if the decimal place jumps, does that?
what I would effectively say is any platinum pieces you have, say that change those to gold pieces. Any silver, any gold pieces you have, change those to silver pieces. Silver is now the main currency. Any silver, change it to copper. Any copper you have, just disregard it. Just round it up to the nearest silver.
So all your gold pieces, change them to silver.
Yep. And that is basically to get around the problem with sort of first edition Pathfinder, where people would pay for things with bin bags full of gold because everything costs so, like this unrealistic thing that you'd be walking around with sort of 8,000 pieces of gold in your pocket.
So how many silver pieces to a gold?
10.
So there's 10 silver pieces to a
So
gold.
you could just literally take your gold pieces and put them straight in the silver.
Yep, that's all. That's the easiest way to do it. Platinum becomes gold. Gold becomes silver, silver becomes copper.
Oh, I haven't done that. I've just got because a lot of the things in the book are listed in gold pieces price still.
Yeah, if you want to, I have no problem with you. The difference is mostly for flavour, so I have no problem with you just rounding everything up to gold if that makes it easier for you to track it. Sandra looks over at Melchior for a moment and leans close to the screen. You looking to maybe get a bit of it, make a little bit of extra money on this exchange?
I mean, we've just lost fuckloads doing that. So yes, what have you got?
It's not fair, isn't it? It's not fair when people aren't fair on you, is it? Not fair when people treat you. How would you like it if I slipped an extra 10 gold into there for you?
Well, you know, what do you want us to do? Because you don't get gold for nothing, do you? Like.
I don't want you to do anything. I don't want you to do anything much. I mean, don't need you to do much.
You're not one of those birds.
I'm not saying yes, Sandra. Right now, I'm not saying
yes. I'm not asking massively.
So, if you give us gold, what do you want us to do?
I just want you to kill my husband.
Now, how did I know it was going to go towards that? He was being nice to me.
I'm in love.
I'm in love with
Philippus down on the docks. He's a dock worker. He's romantic. We're in love.
Don't you think?
All I need is Melchior out the way, and we can run away together.
You could just leave him. No, why don't you just go? I mean,
no, there's no getting out of a Bureau de Change game. He owns the lease on it. If I walk away, I lose my half of the de Change. People, I'll be a laughing stock. People say Sandra Deshon, she's a fool.
Sandra, we can't go killing someone just because a relationship ain't working out, mate. You got to sit down and not opposite each other on a table. You got to sit down on a sofa, have a conversation, yeah,
What's
and
the
work
sofa?
it out.
Oh yeah, does the sofa come from the same parallel dimension as a bloody vending machine? Bubba does it.
I could really go for
Listen,
some
mate,
elven
I haven't been in this world as long as you have. Yeah.
You're playing our entity.
Like literally and metaphorically, because I'm only 13. Remember, so
So by that logic, you would have had less time to have seen a vending machine or a sofa.
mate, what can I say?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you.
Karagor, I need to ask you something quite serious in a minute, actually. But I'll come back to that.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So, Sandra, basically, if you have you ever had a bench? A sofa's like a cuddly bench.
A cuddly bench. Available now at DFS, our wonderful new range of cuddly benches.
Oh my god, that's the best thing I've ever heard.
Generation game.
And if
And
you
a
have-
cuddly bench.
And if you haven't got a cuddly bench, right, you could just sit on a, you know, or you could get 2 stools. It doesn't matter. Just don't sit opposite each other. Sit next to each other. Work it out, you know, and you'll be fine.
Are they cuddly stools?
You can get cuddly stools, yeah. Have you ever seen them? Bloody hell.
No.
Right next to
Special
the
arms
vending
come
machine.
out, cuddle you from behind. It's really fucking creepy, actually.
Yes.
Oh my god. Fine. Well, I guess I can find another use for this 10 gold.
Sorry, Sandra.
Yeah. Do you want to kill my husband?
No. Karagor looks around. No. Looks at the gold
Imagine he just
again.
went, yeah.
No.
No.
Are you gonna? When we leave, are you gonna offer the next bunch of armed people that come in 10 gold to kill your husband?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't leave him alive now. He'll tell everyone about your crimes.
See that? now that's-
She immediately starts looking from side to side like she realises this might not work. She has a tell.
You're not. I don't do that. Just have a chat with him, like Bubba said.
Make a diplomacy check. Bubba, you can make a diplomacy as well.
Thank you.
Roll well, Colin. Roll well.
23.
Sandra considers your words while running the comb through the rat's fur. She places it down on the side. You make a good point. Perhaps the solution is indeed to find a cuddly bench and sit and talk our problems through rather than resorting to murder. You are wise indeed, man who's not a bird.
Thank you very much.
Here, as a thank you for helping me see the error of my ways, here's 5 gold.
Oh, thank
Slides
you
that
very
across
much.
with the,
No, I don't know about that, Bubba. You should leave her that. She's going to need that for the divorce fees.
What
I
if
mean,
they talk it through?
you've got more than this, haven't you? More than
yeah,
that
I've got.
5
Yeah,
gold.
oh yeah, we Deshonges, we're minted.
I'm taking this 5. Fuck that.
Put it towards a cuddly bench.
Meanwhile, Captain are making their ways through a different part of the city. So you go and speak to some contacts of Captain Gumbo's first, who Gumbo's goes up to the counter.
We have some ore to sell. Not all like a boat, but all that is on a boat. That Folton, help me explain.
I like the rocks, like, you know, ore.
Yes, we want to sell you the rock.
Why do you have the rock?
No, not Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Rocks that are like ore.
Rocks that are like oars. Another rocks that you can row a boat with.
No, just the, you know, ore.
Another man pushes the first man out of the way and goes, "Get it! You're an idiot! We're a mining colony. Of course we understand what the war is. This is ludicrous that anyone could even misunderstand what this is about."
Well, you should tell your fellow there.
No, he's fired.
Don't fire him.
Hear that, Tim? You've lost your job. You've lost your job because of this dwarf right here.
No, don't do that.
No, I'll get my revenge on you.
Making friends. So.
Very well, Goblin. I will buy your ore. So they exchange some contracts, and he arranges for some of the ore to be offloaded and for some other bits to be loaded onto the thing. And then he heads to the market to secure some crates of food. And soon you have various crates with you, which has got enough food should be enough to last all of you for the journey to Tamron. As you're walking on, the Goblin says,
So, what's your deal, Captain?
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know, like, you all seem like... I find you just wandering around the docks, and first of all, you're not enough guys, and then the Birdman comes along, and he's a guy, and now you're 5 guys. And that's not like 5 guys like a burger joint. That's
no, that's a different
thing. Like on a ship, and it's just like none of you seem to be like friends, but sometimes you're friends. One of you talks to a monkey, and the others talk to a monkey like they think he can understand them, but I don't think it does. It's just pretty strange, you know, Captain?
Well, you see, we're not really friends. We're more family, and in families you fight, and sometimes you hate each other, but there's still this love, and at the core of it, we all love each other. We die for each other, and one of us did. My best friend, MZ.
Oh.
And I've only just learned that, really, that these...
You only just learned that he died?
No. I mean, I was just let me finish first.
Sorry.
I've only just learned that, families are really important. I sort of left mine behind without actually thinking about them.
Oh.
But these guys are the closest thing I've got to a family. Especially Karagor and Velder and Shania. Especially all of them, actually. But especially Velder. Velder, he's a misunderstood fella. People laugh and joke at him, and he's a bit cranky. But beneath that cranky outside is inside. There's a really top bloke in there, and that's the thing. You see, do you have a family, Gumbo?
My family all gone to Absalom, except some of them not go to Absalom. Some of them eaten by ravenous pigs. My uncle, Stinky Eye, he was great ranger, but he got eaten by pig. Pig's bad news.
And how does that make you feel?
Not like bacon no more, that's for sure.
Well, see, exactly. They're your family. And no matter how far you go and how far you travel, they're always going to be your family, and they always care for you.
I understand. So, they are your family? Then family important.
Hey.
Especially Shania, and especially Karagor, but especially Velder.
Hey.
Captain Folton.
Yes?
Why you hate Bubba?
Well, I've only just met him. Like, he seems a pretty cool guy, but
But he's not family.
Well.
So okay to leave him behind, or?
No. He's part of the group. He's just not family just yet. You have to sort of work on it to be part of the family.
Is Monkey part of family?
Oh yeah.
Oh, but you forget him.
Well, no,
It's easy to forget.
Well, you said you didn't want Bubba on the ship because he wasn't a man.
No, he's a guy.
Yeah.
You know, I say monkey, not a guy. I no problem with a monkey being on the ship if he's not a guy. It's just that it's a guard group. He's 5 guys. So, and monkey not a guy.
That's true.
You gotta be. Look, I write down a list.
He holds up a list. It says "guys?" ? And it says "bird guy," other guys. There's this monkey crossed out.
I wrote this, but now part of my soul is in it, so cannot give it up.
Okay.
He looks at it for a moment, unsure, and then eats it.
So, what are you going to do when you get to the final destination?
Get to Tamran.
Aye.
Then I will be rich. I will have made money.
Aye.
I buy everything for 500 gold. I sell for 501 gold. And will have made gold. Except with exchange rate means I will be bankrupt.
Would you like to join a group?
Captain.
Hey, Captain.
Captain. I don't know. You seem like, what are you doing? What's your plan?
Sometimes I don't really know. We're chasing this lady who knows Karagor. She's got this fragment thing that we got to stop her getting to somewhere and giving that fragment to someone else. And the fragments, there's multiple fragments, and if they put these fragments together, bad news happens. And no more Captain.
That sounds exciting.
And no more ore as well, and not even the stone kind of ore.
How are you gonna stop that happening?
By either talking or killing.
Oh.
But mainly killing.
That sounds like that will be quite an exciting story to hear.
Aye.
Subscribe. 5
Subscribe
stars.
to what?
He looks directly into the camera.
There's a scribe just in the sewer underneath, just starting writing.
At the end of this episode, there is going to be Drake, The Rock, sat in a 5 guys on a sofa next to a vending machine, pushing subscribe to the Danger Club podcast.
Well, I'm glad that you have a family. It is important. I don't see enough of my family. Perhaps one day I will have another one.
I also feel that.
You're so good with words, Folton.
You have a family in us for the foreseeable future until we reach our destination, and then we will decide on whether or not you will be more of a family with us.
Wow, that's exciting. I should stop saying family because this voice is already close enough to Stitch that think that Disney has a legal claim on this. So, back to the boat we go.
They start making back. You bump into the others as they're on their way back to drop off the goods.
The goods.
Captain
Before
Gumbo.
we walk up,
Yeah.
can we just travel back in time a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
As we're walking back.
Yeah, no problem.
And Shania and Velder are sort of a little bit ahead, and I'm just going to kind of get Karagor a little bit to the side. As we're just walking slightly behind them, just out of earshot. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Hey, Karagor, I need to ask you something, yeah?
I admit.
Right, because we bonded a couple of nights ago over the fire and that, and I just thought, I don't really know everyone. Listen, that Folton, yeah? Did I hear his name right when I met him? His name's Battlestone, yeah?
Karagor looks oddly at Bubba. Aye, that's his name.
Right. Well, look, a little while ago, I was on a job, and I met another dwarf, and his last name was Battlestone, and he got killed.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So I don't know. I didn't want to mention
Folton's
it to you.
been cloned.
Was cloned.
Aye, it's when some magical bastards can take the spirit of someone and divide it into another evil twin.
I heard about some sheep that happened to. But
Some
no,
what?
this is not what I'm saying. No, it wasn't. I can't remember his first name now. It was a while ago, but he was poisoned.
Oh.
And I'm just wondering, has Folton got family? Like,
Oh, I see. I was related to Folton.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if it was. I don't know if he is, because I don't know. But like, I was just wondering, do you know if he's got a lot of family? And
Did you see him in face?
oh yeah.
Did he look like Folton?
Well, he looked like a dwarf. You know, I mean.
Well, they don't all look the same.
No, they don't all look the same, but he had a big beard like him, same colour hair, and you know, he's similar.
Although now I say that, I mean, big beard and similar colour hair is how I would judge a dwarf being related to another dwarf.
Yeah, I'm not saying all dwarves are the same. They
No,
don't
I know
at
that's
all.
what you were saying,
No.
But now I'm looking at my own inherent orcish prejudices against dwarves.
Yeah, we need to check our privilege.
Yeah, like if I
Basically.
was playing like, you know, some kind of game and I had to create a dwarf, then anyway.
I mean, if you saw another like person like me, if you saw another like, you know, Tengu running around,
Well,
you'd
yeah,
probably
innit?
like,
Yeah, I
there's another
suppose.
Bubba. Like,
I mean, I wouldn't say there's someone who is definitely related to the Bubba that I know.
nah.
But I would say that, crikey, I wonder if there is a chance that they are related.
But what I'm saying is he's
Yeah,
got the
sorry,
same
go on.
last
Get us back on
name.
track, go
He's
on.
got the same
Shania
last.
runs over and just. Sorry, guys. I couldn't keep speaking to Velder. He's just boring the socks off me. He keeps talking about exchange rates and how annoyed he is about it. I can't talk to him anymore about this. So, what are you guys talking about?
Oh nah. Well,
we are.
is it okay?
Do you think?
I don't know.
Man, this
I mean,
sounds
you know.
juicy. What you talking about?
Oh shit!
See, I don't
love
really
the
know.
gossip.
Listen, we think that Folton might have a relative that might have been poisoned. Either that or Folton's been cloned.
Either of these things is very exciting.
Shania, do you know much?
Yeah.
Do you know much about Folton? Because like,
He left his family behind. I think.
I was in High Helm, wasn't
That's right. Yeah. So I mean, I thought that they were all still in High Helm.
it?
So.
Where were you, Bubba, when you saw it?
somewhere. Where was I again?
Well, that narrows it down really helpfully.
where was Bubba again?
You were in Etron's Folly, which is a town. It is in Nirmathas, so it is in the same country that you were in. So not too long ago. This would have happened a couple of months ago for you.
It was like 6 months, wasn't it?
Yeah,
we kind of established.
Yeah.
So I regale that information back to you.
Etron's Folly, I don't really know it. Okay, right, well.
Do you know about his family? Do you know what his family like?
I mean, he had a brother, I think. Just one sibling.
His mum died giving birth.
Yeah.
And,
so it's quite.
Well, he did manage to talk to her.
Mostly brother and
He
dad,
did manage to talk
I
to her
think.
before, during, and after that. I think that's what Folton
He
said.
did?
Yeah, he was quite clear about that. He did have a lot of talks with his mum.
Probably not best to get into the specifics of that.
No, I'm just trying to. No, I know you're right. I'm just trying to ascertain which ones are alive and which ones are dead. So it could be his father. His father's still alive.
So it could be father or brother, maybe.
So
if
he was. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure about the age because it's quite hard, isn't it? But
and all dwarves do look this.
no, they don't.
No.
Let's not say that.
No. Can you believe that I can't find a single shop around here that sells elven O's? They're so common for them.
Elven M's over
Yes.
there in that shop.
I'm not so keen on the M's. They get stuck in my teeth.
I thought you said you liked them.
Anyway, what are we talking about?
Is it all right to?
Are we still talking about the exchange rate? Because I honestly think they're charlatans.
I love the fact. It's just out of character. I love the fact that this is a really serious thing. That, like that Bubba's trying to like bring up, and it's just turned into a fucking joke.
you got to fast it up.
Where everyone's like.
It's the Danger Club. That's what we do. Anyway, what are we talking about?
No, it's the exchange rate. Yes, it was really bad, Velder. Okay, just shut up.
No, Velder, we're talking about the exchange rate of exchanging one soul into another soul and splitting the body entirely. Would you know anything about that, Velder Cairn Blight?
So look, are we saying that he's all right as well?
What, Velder? What? He's all right.
Listen,
Look, I'm not up for having my soul split apart.
I think we should go and speak to Folton and see.
Wait, what's happened?
Well, look, Bubba thinks that he might know a relative of Folton's who's dead.
Really?
And we're not sure that Folton knows about it.
I was on a job a little while ago, and basically the team of us that we got taken to this bar by a dwarf, and his last name was Battlestone, and he was poisoned.
Well, I thought the Battlestone stayed at home, and that's why Fulton went off into the world
This is
in the
what
first
I
place.
was-
Yeah, but he was
but
saying
it's
that
all
he
the
had a
time.
brother, and he was saying, I remember him, we had a conversation in a bar once, and he said something about the fact that his brother left to go off and be like an adventurer, and that's what inspired him to leave.
Okay,
So
now this is maybe sounding like it's a possibility.
Right.
So
What was his name?
I didn't want to bring it up in front of him because I don't know. I didn't want to.
What was his name?
His name was Battlestone. I can't remember his first name.
Battlestone. the patriarch of the
Would
clan.
he have to do an intelligence check to remember?
Hang on, let me
Yeah,
really
yeah.
think about it.
No, that's fine. So go ahead and make a wisdom check. So roll a d20 and add your wisdom mod.
Could any of us do this? Because we'd probably heard Folton talk about his brothers and his, but I can't remember his name.
Certainly Velder cannot make a... Velder has definitely never heard Fulton discuss his backstory at length because Velder...
they had a
Anyone else might have listened in.
Okay, so my wisdom modifier
Yep.
is 0.
Okay, so just a straight
This
up
is why,
d20.
you know,
So make sure you add 0 to that.
this is why Bubba can't remember, okay?
Okay.
It's 15.
A 15. So the dwarf that you met was called Dallon Battlestone.
It was Dallin Battlestone. That was it. I am
Dallin Battlestone.
I am
This rings a
15%
bell.
sure.
yeah, this could
Well,
be.
look. No, wait. No, listen. Now, Fulton's been through a really tough time recently. With the, he's taken MZ's death very hard, and so if we are about to tell him this news, it needs to be done very, very carefully.
Yeah, I am not 100% sure that Fisher shares his business.
Yeah, I know. But he's only just started smiling in that weird sort of smile he has.
But don't you think he has I mean, we can just ask him and see if
No, I see what you're saying, Velder.
if it was my family, I'd want to know
as soon as possible.
Well,
and also,
like if something happened to my sister, I tell you, I'd want to know.
I just think
I'd
if he
feel
is told,
awful.
if he is told, then he needs to be told very carefully. That was my point. I mean, I wasn't sure we should. I think we should tell him. News comes in threes.
I think if I found out that all my friends were withholding some information from me, even if they did think it was something
Yeah.
good, I'd take that quite badly myself. So
Yeah, okay, I can see
Thank you for listening to me on that.
I know.
Are you, to be fair, hang on, out of character?
Go on.
Like, I mean, obviously, meta, we know this is true, but out of character, or in character, but out of character, saying out of character. Wow. We have only just met Bubba, and what's happened is, a lot of changes have happened, and then, this guy who's quite cool, who's sort of said to us, oh, I think one of your mates' brothers, who we don't really know, never heard of, is dead, and that's the only, do you know what I mean? We'd have to... It's not that we inherently distrust you. It's just a lot of new information, a lot of new variables that have all of a sudden come out. That you'd have to take that from like some kind of trusted source if you heard it in the, you know what I mean? In the real world, you wouldn't be like, okay, this must be true. You'd be like not checking your facts on, Wikipedia.
Yeah. I mean, my thinking was that we ask Folton what his brother's called, and if he says Dallin, then obviously that's quite a big part of the puzzle made up.
I think that's
if
what
he knows his name.
That's what Bubba was getting at, I think, really.
Yeah,
that
that was what Velder was thinking. We just casually ask his name, and if he doesn't say Dallin, we're like, oh, cool, must be another Battlestone.
Because I think in game, what happened is like he met Folton, and he was like, right, I'm not going to say anything right now, and that's why he hasn't said anything. He's found a time where it's appropriate to ask once he's a little bit closer to this group as well. He doesn't want to come out of it straight away.
How long has the journey been so far?
So you've been going for a couple of days, about 3 days, I think, so far. So you've only known Bubba for a few days.
Right. Less than a week.
With all that's happened, and this potential cult of the living god or whatever, who say they can't necessarily inseminate members or people wherever they are, there's this touch of paranoia going on.
I'm only saying inseminate. That sounded
When I said it,
I'm glad I was not the only one.
when I said it, I was like, is that the right word? No, fuck it, Scott. Carry on with the rest of your sentence. Give the rest with confidence.
I allowed you to finish that sentence.
I don't think it's the right word. I think allowing people to finish is the problem with that
Come
word.
here, I'm going to inseminate you with an idea. That's not going to go down.
You see? Why did you do the voice and everything?
But I do...
That's what you do before you train your familiar. You inseminate.
Do we have any knowledge about how common a surname Battlestone is? Is it like Jones?
Go to make a society check.
Oh, nice.
We'll make a society check.
You need to be trained.
I'm quite
This is
good at
quite
that.
a particular thing.
18.
18. So it's not a hugely uncommon dwarven name. However, dwarven families tend to be quite close knit. So dwarves with similar names do tend to often be aware of each other. Families stay in touch. You remember back to in Yanderhof that the barman, the barman that you met when he heard Folton's name, he knew of the Battlestones as a family. So
Also, this might be going a bit deep, but do they change or transfer names on marriage or anything like that? Or do you stay a Battlestone till the day you die?
No, I believe you keep. You take them.
I didn't think I'd be talking about this.
Battlestone till I die. They take the man's family name. The woman joins the man's family.
Right. Okay.
But sometimes women do keep their surname as part of it as well.
So it could be a cousin, could be a distant relative, could be whatever. Yeah.
What we know of Fulton's family were they merchants? Were they? The merchants?
They were
in a smithy.
They're
Smiths, I think.
They're Smiths.
It's a funny old surname, isn't it, for Smiths? Battlestone.
It is.
Aye, but if it's a very, very old name, they could have been,
warriors
charging the battle with
descended
stones.
from.
Well, they could make stones to do with battle. They could have been makes sense roughly.
Maybe Battlestone is a sort of dwarven game that they play, like a board game.
Yeah, it's battleships.
Where they sort of got little stones and
You suck my stone.
It's like Pokemon, but they just club each other with stones.
Should we jump back into it, shall we?
Sorry,
That's good, but thank you, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Surnames do not always reflect why I am not the son of Tom. Drum has no skill with a bow.
You don't know that.
But James's heart is still locked away.
Never was a name drawer made.
So I only brought it up because I don't know. I mean, do you know if Battlestone's like a common name or?
Well, marginally, it's not uncommon.
It's just I heard the name and I didn't want to say anything, but it's just been eating me up for the last few days. And now I've got to know you a little bit. I just want to. I don't know him, and I don't know how to approach him. Do you see what I mean?
Well, but perhaps if we ask him, I can't remember off the top of my head what his brothers are called.
Okay.
But if it is Dan, then maybe a question about it. But I suggest that this is done in a tavern this evening, where there are drinks at hand. Because that's a good, comfortable place.
A good idea.
Yes, a nice, cosy little tavern somewhere. I'm sure we can find one in the city. And
maybe somewhere with benches which are cuddly.
Oh, cuddly benches.
That'd be good, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Have you ever sat on one of those?
No,
but
I
really
want
look forward to
now.
trying.
Yes, and Elvenos.
Karagor tries to summon up an image of what a vending machine might look like in his head, so he knows what they look like, so he can see it and kill it. But first, I just need to buy some quite dangerous weapons from a dangerous weapon shop. All right. Good.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So you go and what are you going to go and purchase?
I would like to purchase a composite longbow and a pair of kukris.
Yes, you could certainly do that. So you go and spend some of your new usable money, and you go and buy those items. So you can add those to your sheet.
Scott.
Yeah.
What does a kukri look like?
A kukri, James, is like a long sort of curved knife. It's like a machete. If machete did not a lot of acid, just a little bit of acid. Like like a bit floppy,
just a bit wonky.
Like Salvador Dali's like melting clocks, but like not quite as severe. They're curved. They've got like one long. They've got no hilt guard or anything like that.
Sort of Arabian Night style.
Yeah.
Kind of that kind of thing. Okay.
Oh yeah. And in second edition, they can be used to trip enemies.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Which I imagine you do by like fight, quick slash your ankles, which I imagine does the damage you want to do anyway. If you've hamstringed someone, why would you want to then trip? Or maybe that is
unless
the
they're armour.
And scythe you can also use to trip, I've learned.
I mean, that makes sense because you've got a long with a curvy.
I mean, the thing is, one of the most common pieces of armour are greaves and things that protect precisely that part of your body, because that's a classic move.
I mean, I think James and I know from working at the Tower of London, you can use any weapon to trip people if you leave it lying around carelessly enough.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Bubba needs to go and buy an instrument, but
okay,
we'll do that.
That's fine. So Bubba, you do a bit of shopping.
I'm gonna get.
Do you want
stuff.
to? Do you want to do anything else, or just head back? You've basically got time to go and have a drink and some food, and then you'll have to be on your way again. Gumbo wants to get going at first light, so you're not really staying the night. You're just going to kipping. He's not worth buying a hotel room for the night. You just sleep on the ship. Do you want to ask around or do anything else before setting off from Skelt?
I do. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just want to ask about, because is it likely that Freya would have stopped here on her route?
So that's certainly what it says in the letter.
Then I would like to do some gather information to try and check in the in a seedy tavern. See if anyone
so you can use society or you can use diplomacy to ask around and see if you can find out.
doesn't matter. I had to navigate through a garden of glass.
Can Shania do the same thing?
Yeah, sure. You can you're all free to ask around if you can find any useful info. So society or diplomacy.
So that was this is 23.
23.
I rolled really badly and Drum rolled really well. So what's basically happened is Karagor snuck off to a seedy pub and went, can I just... I mean, Shania just turned up and went, what my friend meant to say.
Velder got 20.
But I got 20.
Fulton got 23.
I had to. It was on the tip of me. I can't remember the word for tongue.
You find a young man over by the docks, who, as you start asking, and he says, "Hello, you're asking about strange vessels that have been here."
Yeah, that is exactly what we were asking about. Did you overhear us?
My name is Philippus. What can I do for you? It's my pleasure to help someone so kind this evening.
What do you do?
I work on the docks. Oh, a dwarf.
Are we together with...
Yeah,
we're all together now.
I assume I did the role.
Okay, right.
So anyone who has found this one guy.
Okay. All right.
What do you want to know?
Well, we are looking for a woman who has her leg strapped up. Is she a half-orc?
She's a half-orc, goes by the name of Freya Axball.
Perhaps I've seen her. I will tell you this in exchange for one boon.
What kind of boon?
Wait, is it a starship named the Bullet?
I just want one favor, and I will tell you everything I know.
What's the favor?
I want you to kill the love of my wife. And that's where we'll leave it for tonight.
Oh, murdery Skelt.
Oh, Skelt.
Skelt.
Oh, Skelt.
$23.
Jesus Christ, sorry guys.
This is the thing.
I was going to close this and then it just started auto-playing this video of somebody.
So James is looking at videos of rats being combed whilst we were recording a fucking podcast.
That's the best fucking roll I've made since MZ as well. Like, I'm
giving you a
rolling
little theme
shit.
tune for it.
What the fuck?
I was just trying to close it.
Why was it open?
I was looking at it earlier. No, I was looking at it earlier.
Dangerlings, I apologise for this. Actually, I don't apologise.
No, I don't apologise either.
Apologise for your rat combing video.
Do you know what I like to do in my spare time? Just look at rats being combed. That's what I like.
It's really soothing.
Anyway, where were we? 23.
All right.
Hi, I'm Jen.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Henno. We're three friends that talk about mental health, wellness, and our lives.
Through articles and tips, we share what has worked for us on our paths overcoming depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, alcoholism, and addiction.
Come join us on our journey. You can find us anywhere you listen to your podcast. Just search for The Crazy Life. Remember, wiggle your toes and just keep breathing.